Oh man, let's hop right into this. I don't even know what happened to what I was saying. I just finished up Hell's Reach. Man, that hit a little bit. That was crazy. But as I said, hopping right into Gene Seed explained by an Australian next by Mr. Swolekill. I said Mr. Swolekill because the video started in here. Just see for yourself real quick.
G'day, guys.
Swolekill. Don't worry. Eventually, he's going to get very, 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 very corny to me very fast. I like even if I see the comments saying that like Major Kill sometimes like he forces his edginess. And I feel like that's the part that makes it the best. It's like very obvious that he's trying hard at times to make edgy jokes. I don't know. Maybe it's natural to who he is, but I guess you really never know unless someone like makes that a point to you. I'm as chaotic as my videos seem, but much chiller in person. But do I seem chill in the videos? I don't know. Apparently, I'm chill on stream. Some of my videos to me feel like I'm chaotic. I don't know. I'll leave that up to y'all to decide. Gene Seed, though, explained by an Australian. Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, Hell's Reach was good. I'm just stuck on Hell's Reach right now because it was crazy. That was really good. But hopefully I get this answer that I had in my head answered by the Gene Seed video. And other than that, if you want to stay updated with me, Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you want to send things over there like memes, anything, videos, send it there. It'll pop up first. Like I was getting notifications in the last video, so I had to mute my phone. But other than that, yeah, I see those before the comments, but the comments are still a good place. Other than that, all links are below for anything you may need if you're curious about anything. Other than that, let's begin. Let's not waste any more time.
G'day, guys and gal. As much as I and other Xeno-loving hobbyists hate to admit it, Space Marines are super popular in the Warhammer community. So much so that 9 out of 10 releases are Space Marine related shit. Now clearly, this is working pretty well for the old G-dubs, as you easy to please monkeys moisten up at the news that a Space Marine model whose only point of difference is that they have a slightly curved wiener is about to drop.
Hey,
but I digress.
Yo,
As such, there's a decent chance that you men and maybe woman have heard of Gene Seed. No, I'm not talking about the splooge you get in your denim pants whenever your crush likes one of your Instagram photos. I'm talking about the various artificial organs that can turn an irradiated spurg into an 8 feet tall angel of death. Science, baby. Today we'll go over what Gene Seed is, how it's made, and what each Gene Seed does, and if shoving it up the rectal cavity is indeed the most efficient form of delivery. Let's get into it.
At least they're consistently cringy and edgy jokes. Also, they look like the Ark Survival Creator character like menu, where you can create just the most deformed looking. I'm not saying they look okay, they look a little. I guess you could say deformed in a way, but what was I gonna say? I wanted to pause real quick to shout out to Major Kill again. Because,
whenever I referred to Space Marines as roided up super soldiers,
really
I was only half joking. After all, they do take a lot of substances, which do make them huge, and it does greatly reduce the effectiveness of their penises. However, unlike the limp dick roid junkies of our modern era, Space Marines can brush off a shotgun blast to the chest and actually contribute to society. The original Gene Seed was created by the Emperor with the help of a few scientists from the moon and some bitch with the last name Astartes. I don't say bitch here in a womanizing tone. She betrayed the Emperor later on, which is a bit of a bitch move. Hence the Emperor created 19 different organs, as well as a basic outline on how to insert said organs. And no, unfortunately shoving them up the ass is not the most efficient form of delivery. The Gene Seed was created using the genetic templates of each legion's Primarch, and was very easy to create back in the day when Primarchs were a thing. No Primarch, however, meant extreme difficulty in making Gene Seed. This is why Gene Seed is considered so valuable in the current setting, because it's an absolute bitch to make, which is also the confusing part of Gene Seed. More on that later. The first Gene Seed organ is the secondary heart. Doesn't take a genius to figure out what that is and what it does. Having a second heart before you enter the limp dick phase of an Astartes creation cycle basically just primes your body and makes it super healthy. When you're a full-blown space marine, a second heart also means you can survive otherwise fatal wounds for some time until you can get medical attention.
Yeah.
Very handy. The next gene seed organ is the osmodula. Now, I need to be honest, the pronunciation for a lot of these gene seed names are a little bit above an Australian's pay grade, but I'll do my best. This next organ is put in your brain, and it secretes a shitload of special HGH. This is the organ that blows you the fuck up, making you grow to 7 feet or taller and giving you some serious girth on everywhere except where it matters most. Your bones become dense, and your ribcage fuses together to form an inner shield. This makes you more or less bulletproof while making surgeries a massive bitch to perform on you. So yeah, just don't get fucked up enough to require surgery. Probably easier said than done though when your enemy looks like this. The third gene seed organ, which is implanted at the same time as the first couple, is the biosocopia, which is an organ which pumps out an endless supply of anabolic goodies. This organ puts muscle growth into overdrive, and it works with the osmodula to introduce dramatic physical change that an Astartes must undergo. The fourth gene seed organ is the chamisthian, which makes space marine blood more spicy. It allows blood to more efficiently transport nutrients around the body, which means that the second heart, as well as the osmodula and the biscopia, are being used to their fullest potential and aren't getting bottlenecked because your blood sucks. A side effect of this gene seed organ is that space marine blood is unusually bright and colourful due to the abundance of oxygen in it. Now that we have more or less created the child of The Rock and Shaquille O'Neal, let's start adding in the super soldier parts. The Laraman's organ is the fifth gene seed organ and is more or less gives space marines...
I'm not gonna lie, I would throw like Yao Ming in there and fucking Sasquatch. I'm pretty sure there's others.
...be healing. Gone are the days of overly obnoxious paper cuts or multi-day hemorrhoids. This gene seed allows nearly instant blood clotting when an Astartes cops a wound, which is why they're able to run around with half their limbs missing like it's nobody's business. Instant scar tissue, baby. Quick nod to the creator of Astartes, may he rest in peace, for this scene here, where you can see the instant blood clotting after old mate has a bit of a tacky munt. The sixth gene seed organ is called the Catastrophe.
I remember when I watched that and called the blood, I was like, oh, the blood was a little weird. And then someone was like, no, actually what you saw was accurate. You know, since we're going to give a little callback to that video real quick, what I was talking about was the animation. I didn't realize this was supposed to represent blood clotting, but I guess you wouldn't know that unless you... I don't know. I've never seen like a blood clot. That's not something in my repertoire. But in the animation, I was like, what the fuck is this supposed to be? And I was talking about the actual look of it, not like, not if it wasn't or was blood clotting. But now that I know, it was, yeah.
After old mate has a bit of a tacky munt. The sixth gene seed organ is called the Catastrophe Node.
It looks like little jello
at the base
pieces.
of the cerebrum. Now it might seem weird, but space marines need sleep just as much as normal people.
This looks fucking painful.
After all, sleeping is when your body does shit like build muscle and replenish libido. However, as space marines are killing shit all the time, sleep isn't always a luxury they can afford. Hence the Catastrophe Node offers a temporary solution. If a space marine is sleep deprived and begins to lose combat effectiveness, the Catastrophe Node, sorry, it's kind of fun to say it like that, allows a space marine to turn off different parts of their brain in order to focus their energy on being awake and alert.
Oh shit.
Like I said though, this is a temporary fix. The longest a space marine has gone without sleep is 328 hours, which is actually quite similar to normal humans' PB of 264 hours. The seventh gene seed organ is the Prognoid, which is like a stomach before...
If you guys can tell, there's not much artwork. So please bear with me.
Your stomach. This gene seed allows a space marine to pretty much eat whatever they want. It makes them immune to most poisons and allows them to gain nutrition out of almost anything. Like a space marine could eat a fucking log and get some protein out of it.
Yeah, how the fuck does that work?
This gene seed works with the Belcher gland, as any poisons filtered out of their food can be stored in that one for later use. The eighth gene seed organ is the osmodula, which is by far the fucking weirdest. Like, all of them have made complete sense up until this one. It's like, this one's like, why? Basically, the omophagia allows a space marine to relive the memories of someone or something by consuming its flesh. Like, sure, that's handy, but it just seems like such a random thing to throw into the mix.
Wait, yes and no. There's a game, there's something else, but I can't remember what it's from, that there's an ability like that, where they can, like, eat the flesh and, like, regain. But I don't know what it is, but I've heard it before. This is not, unless I'm having a crazy case of deja vu, and this is just me watching this video again in this timeline as I did in another life, who knows. But in all seriousness, that sounds very familiar and would be really useful to more of the information collecting ops. Or maybe if they came to a place, unknown battleground like took place, had no intel on, and they just seen an orc and was like...
Over time, the omophagia of various Space Marine chapters has mutated, making chapters like the Space Sharks or the Flesh Tearers especially bitey. The ninth gene seed organ is the multi-lung, because not every organ needs a difficult name. This gene seed organ is basically an extra lung that is more resilient than the other two. It allows for breathing in low oxygen areas or even areas with toxic air, to an extent. Not the most exciting gene seed on the list, but definitely makes sense to have. The 10th gene seed organ is the oculobe, which is like a tiny organic computer that plugs into a Space Marine's eyes. As the Space Marine, or neophyte as they're called during their indoctrination, is growing into their new bodies, their eyes are programmed and trained to be extremely effective in any light or situation. The oculobe allows this programming to work. The 11th gene seed organ is the...
Before we move off of oculobe, see, in that video where I said it was dark, I gotta just call back to this comment again because it was funny. We were seeing through the eyes of an Astartes, so should have been light. I had to. Nah, but it was just easy to say that if we were seeing through the eyes of them, it could have been brighter.
The lineman's ear,
but I was
and it kind of does for the ears what the oculobe does for the eyes. The lineman's ear replaces one of the Space Marine's old ears and makes them immune to dizziness or motion sickness, while also greatly improving their hearing and ability to distinguish noises from each other. The 12th gene seed organ gives us another weird one, the Susan membrane. This gene seed is useless if not properly used, and it takes years of training and other weird shit that Astartes do to allow a Space Marine to tap into it. Basically, the Susan membrane allows a Space Marine to enter into a state of intense hibernation. During this hibernation, they do not need food or water, and they can use this as a last resort if they're stranded or mortally wounded. Like, one dude survived nearly 600 years in this state, so it's definitely handy if you find yourself bored out of your mind with the entrails spilling out in front of you. The 13th gene seed organ is the Melanochrome. This is basically an extra layer of skin that prevents Space Marines from getting mega cancer from all the times they spend in space around suns and shit. It also helps prevent mega cancer from other forms of radiation. Yeah, look, we could really use some Melanochrome down under. We have a fucking hole in our ozone layer and it shows. The 14th gene seed organ is the ocular kidney, which acts as an emergency I need to shit this shit out of me system. If a Space Marine endures a poison that even their strong immune system and prenominal organ can't handle, the ocular kidney will make them shit so hard that they pass out. That's not even a joke. When this organ isn't being used for emergency life-saving defecation, it helps maintain balance and health of the other organs. The 15th gene seed organ is the Neuroglottis, which is implanted in a Space Marine's nose. This gene seed helps avoid the need for emergency ocular kidney usage by allowing a Space Marine to test the nutritional value and toxicity of a substance by smelling or chewing it. It has an added benefit of also allowing a Space Marine to detect scents, hence they can become arse-sniffing dogs. The Space Wolf's Neuroglottis is, overdeveloped. Hence why they sniff arse like a preschooler sniffs glue. The 16th gene seed organ is the Mucuranoid, which is also fucking weird and pretty dumb. Gene seed like the Mucuranoid is the kind of shit that really dehumanizes an Astartes. Basically, this organ allows a Space Marine to jizz out a cocoon that they can hibernate in when they're in a hostile environment.
What?
I honestly can't think of a single in-law time a Space Marine wanted to cosplay as a fucking wannabe butterfly, but hey, nice to know they can if they want to. The 7th...
Not gonna lie, him writing that right there was good, but what the fuck? What in the hell? Okay. Okay.
15th gene seed organ is the Belcher's gland, which is non-functional for a number of space marines due to gene seed quality degrading over time. This gene seed allows, or used to allow, a space marine to spit acid. I mean, yeah, I can think of times when that would come in handy, but like bruh, you can already make a cocoon. Surely also don't spit acid. The 18th gene seed organ is the Prognoid Glands, which are the most important and are considered to be the true gene seed. The Prognoid Glands are quite complicated, and they're the source of all the confusion that stems from gene seed lore, so use those ears of yours and listen up. The Prognoid Glands basically exist to create more gene seed. It does this by detecting the presence of other gene seed, then it begins to reproduce those gene seeds within itself. After 5 or 10 years, the gene seed organs in the Prognoid Glands will be mature enough to be extracted and used to create more space marines. When the Primarchs were around, this wasn't necessary, but without them, this is one of the only ways to make new space marines. When a space marine dies, an apothecary of that chapter will make it his priority to extract the Prognoid Glands from his
And that's what the one guy that I didn't know his name and damn near made me tear up when he died was doing. He was getting the gene seed because it's located right here, so he was doing that. Okay.
And Battle Brother, so that they can use it to make more gene seed organs, hence more space
I'm paying
marines.
attention.
That's why you never see them try to take out all 19 gene seed organs at once. They really only need the Prognoid gland, and the rest stem from that.
That's coincidentally so useful that this little gland right here reproduces all the gene seeds they need. That's a little.
This produces and stores a ton of gene seed themselves, which is why Space Marine chapters try to stay on their good side.
That's very convenient.
The Mechanicus has a more fucked up way of making gene seed though. They basically shove a Prognoid gland into a slave, allow it to mature, produce the other gene seed organs within the slave, then they kill the slave and take out the goodies from within them. As Prognoids can make other Prognoids, this is a disturbingly effective technique. Honestly, the more I learn about gene seed, the more space marines start to gross me out. And finally, the last gene seed for firstborn space marines is the Black Carapace.
Before we get to the Black Carapace, what is this? You're gonna tell me this is like fucking One Piece now? They're touching into One Piece lore. They say here they got hockey, ornament hockey. If you don't know what ornament hockey is, just go look it up. But before I even, or they're kind of like devastators from outsiders. Well, hang on. Yeah, I would never want to be a fucking space marine. This shit, what the fuck? Hold on, I don't even want to be in this universe. What am I talking about?
The Black Carapace is a synthetic material that sits under the Astartes' torso skin and allows said Astarte to directly interface with their power armor via plugging it into their nervous system. This way, they can directly connect to the armor's machine spirit and also find their speed and strength increase dramatically. Yeah, that makes sense. So those are the 19 gene seed organs for normal space marines. But wait, there's more. See, Cole, everyone's favorite mechanical hentai monster, went off and created new and improved space marines called Primaris, which featured 3 new gene seed organs. First with the sinew coils, which basically just reinforce the connective tissue in space marines, making them stronger, the Magnificat, which boosted the rest of the gene seeds and makes the Primaris taller and sexier, and then for a bit of dash of spice, Cole added the Belsarian Furnace, which acts as a final stand, loading a space marine full of life-boosting chemicals and stims when they're on the verge of death. Yeah, it doesn't feel nice to say, but Primaris Marines are, on a physical level, superior to Firstborn. Also, their tabletop model looks 10 times better, so yeah, get fucked. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. Where only $1 per month give you access to a boatload of Warhammer hentai. Hit the subscribe button, then hit the real subscribe.
I'm almost like, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it. Major kill, Jesus. Holy moly, still have tons of major kill videos to get through, but we're going there, and I'm glad for all the requests of them. They are, yeah. Oh, why I asked about his Patreon, and I'm glad I got some answers, was I did want to see if my nose is so freaking itchy, and I have no idea why. Is that like a nose hair thing? Do I gotta go in there and like trim nose hair? I don't know, it's just so itchy, but Maybe there's some mystical Astartes dust in the room. I don't even know what the fuck that meant. But I'm glad I got some answers for his Patreon. If there was, I just want to know if there was actually those images. You guys don't have to explain why you have his Patreon. I understand it's so easy for me to pick up that it's probably to just support him. I know. Don't worry. I just want to know if it's just as ridiculous as the images he's putting up, if they're actually on there. Other than that, yeah. Keep doing y'all. Much love and light, and shout out to Major Kill again. And the gene seed, so everything I gathered is I wouldn't want to be one of the Space Marines. I'm alright. I'm totally alright. No. That's crazy though. Okay. I'm glad that helps now, because now I know why the dude was collecting it. Rest in peace to guy too. Rest in peace to me not remembering his name. Alright, on to the next one. See y'all in the next one.